The following video is a presentation of nothing other than the Juice Alert.
Hey, didn't they fire McCarthy? Oh yeah, guess what? I'm happy! Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm throwing a party! Yeah! Hey, we got rid of this piece of garbage, and our head coach gone. Our future just got brighter. Let's go! What's poppin', y'all? It is your boy Ghiman Mckinney back here with another video for you. Right now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I talk about a lot of sports, different topics, things like that, even topics outside of sports. But guys, we gotta get right into it. Mike McCarthy, as you know, if you've been hiding underneath a rock, if you haven't, great. You know, if you haven't been following the NFL, Mike McCarthy was recently fired from the Green Bay Packers organization as head coach. You know, I just thought it was time. I mean, honestly, I'm happy. I'm so happy, man. You know, Mike McCarthy, I mean, look, he just has not been a great coach these last 4 years. He just hasn't, okay? I mean, you know, listen, Mike McCarthy didn't do a terrible job as Green Bay head coach. I don't think he did a terrible job. I think he did an okay job. He averaged around 9-10 wins each season, you know, in 13 seasons. That's not bad. I mean, that makes the playoffs most of the time. You know, we took advantage of weak division, I guess. But, you know, people are wondering, oh, why is Mike McCarthy being fired, man? Oh, he makes the playoffs every year, man. Why is he being fired? Guys, come on. What are you doing? Do you guys like mediocrity? Because I don't. Okay? I just don't. I mean, Mike McCarthy has had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers all 13 years. Now, he's made the playoffs 9 of the 13 years. That's still pretty good. But, I mean, you should make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers every year. Tom Brady's made the playoffs 19 straight years. The Patriots have, but Tom Brady's been a part of that. But, you know, it's just like, when you have 2 top 10 quarterbacks for 13 years and you have 1 Super Bowl and 1 Super Bowl appearance, that's another key thing. He hasn't gotten back to the Super Bowl in 8 years. I mean, you're underachieving. You just are. Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl. Whoop-de-doo! Aaron Rodgers, 1 Super Bowl. As great of a player as he is, you know, Aaron Rodgers is arguably the most talented quarterback of all time. He has the highest touchdown and interception. He has the best touchdown and interception ratio in history. Highest passer rating of all time. That takes into account, you know, completion percentage, touchdowns, interceptions thrown. So, you know, you can make the argument from a talent perspective, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all time. You really can. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback of all time. He's got 2 league MVPs. He's been the best quarterback, in my opinion, the last probably 5 years in the NFL. I know Tom Brady exists. Don't get me started. I mean, Tom Brady is great. You know, I don't have a problem with people saying Tom Brady's the best, but let's just say Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback. Okay, even if Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback in your opinion, you have to do better. I mean, when you have 2 of the most talented quarterbacks of all time for 13 years, you got 1 Super Bowl appearance and 1 Super Bowl win, you're not meeting expectations. It's just that simple. And I mean, the last 3 years, you know, we've had 6 losses through 10 games. That's not going to cut it. Now, we did run the table in 2016, got to the playoffs, got throttled by the Falcons in the NFC title game. Our defense sucks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had 2 top 10 defenses in his entire career. He's been around the league for 11 years starting. He needs better. You know, a couple years, you know, 2017, 26 in defense, 21st in defense in 2016. You know, Darius Gunner in 2016 was covering, you know, Julio Jones. Now, Mike McCarthy, this is not all of Mike McCarthy, okay? It's really not. The GM, you know, I'm glad we relieved Ted Thompson of his duties, you know. Mark Murphy did a good job relieving Ted Thompson of his duties because Ted Thompson wasn't going out and get free agents. Now we have Brian Goodness. You know, Brian Goodness, I mean, our new GM, I think he's done a good job. You know, it's going to take some time, but, you know, we'll get back to that in a little bit. But, you know, 26th, 21st, 25th 1 year, 22nd another. You know, Aaron Rodgers had 2 top 10 defenses his entire career. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, you need to do better. And you know, Aaron Rodgers played 17 playoff games. His team has given up 30 points in 5 of those games. Okay? Tom Brady has played in 37 playoff games. You know how many times his defense has given up 30? 4. You know, that's 20 more games played. And he has less 30-point games given up by his defense. That's coaching. I mean, you have to prepare our defense. Our defense can't continue to be terrible. We're terrible. We can't even tackle Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen is running a 4.92 40, and he's running 30 yards on us this week. We lose to the Cardinals at home. Come on, man. We let Dom Capers be there too long. I think Mike Pettine's doing a decent job this year. It's going to take a little bit of time. We got some young players, but, you know, it was just time for Mike McCarthy to go. You know, that's another step. Our organization is realizing we got to take better strides, you know. And Brian Goodness, I mean, he's done a good job, you know. He really has. I mean, he traded down in the draft. Still got Jair Alexander, a great young cornerback. We have probably our best defender, which is crazy because he's a rookie. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. And we have 2 first-round picks this coming year. I think we're going to be back. You know, we're going to be back in the playoff discussion. But we had to change coaches, guys. I see Matt Nagy, you know, Andy Reid with Patrick Mahomes. You know, I said Matt Nagy, Doug Peterson. I mean, I see the Philly special being run almost every week, guys. I really do. And McCarthy, he calls offensive plays. It's become too basic. He's not evolved. He just hasn't. He's not a great offensive-minded coach. You know, I think Mike McCarthy's a little bit of a product of the quarterbacks he's had. Now, he's done a decent job, like I said, making the playoffs, but you can't just make the playoffs and get to 1 Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I mean, Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings. I mean, is Eli Manning anywhere near Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers level? If you know football, no, he's not. Just Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's got a Super Bowl. No, he's not. Joe Flacco's about to get benched, I mean, next year probably, by Lamar Jackson. He's only 33. I mean, we just have to do better. I mean, it was time for McCarthy to go. It just was. You know, when you lose to the Cardinals at home, probably a bottom 2 team in the league, it's just time. It really is. I mean, I'm getting frustrated of, you know, making the playoffs. Okay, win 1 game. We're out next, okay? And like I said, you know, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and, you know, Peyton Manning in 27 playoff games, his defense is only giving up 30 points 4 different times. Tom Brady, 37 playoff games. His defense is only giving up 34 times. Aaron Rodgers in 17 playoff games, his defense is giving up 30 points 5 times. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has probably been one of the best players in the league for the past couple of years, but he only has 1 ring. Hasn't even gotten back to the Super Bowl. Now, go over some of these playoff losses. You know, we lose to the Cardinals in 2019, give it 51 points, lose 51-45. We get absolutely throttled by the Giants. You know, that was somewhat on Aaron Rodgers a little bit. I'll give him. I'll say that. You know, we lose 37-20 at home. I don't think that was fully on Aaron Rodgers, but he played okay. But you know, when's the last time a quarterback has run 200 yards? A quarterback, 200 yards on a team. Lamar Jackson, no. Colin Kaepernick, yeah. Colin Kaepernick in 2012 ran for 200 yards on us. We gave 45 points. Aaron Rodgers scored 31. You know, that's not his fault. And then 2014, we lose to the Seahawks in overtime. Brandon Bostic doesn't do his job. Mike McCarthy, you know, just doesn't manage the clock very well. He was very conservative. That's another thing. We've lost 5 games by 1 possession this year, guys. Mike McCarthy, to me, just doesn't do a good job of controlling a lead, you know, late in games. That's why we're so bad in these 1-possession games. You know, we're 4-7-1. We're tied with the Browns for the same record. I mean, we're picking number 10 if it started today in the draft. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, 2016, the Falcons game, I mean, that was atrocious. The NFC title game, we didn't even show up. 44-20. We just have to be better. And Aaron Rodgers has been a better player than Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in his playoff career. He has a 99 passer rating. He has 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Peyton Manning has an 87 quarterback rating. Peyton Manning's also gotten shut out in a playoff game. Aaron Rodgers never got shut out. Aaron Rodgers has never failed to score 20 points in a playoff game. What more can you ask for? Tom Brady has definitely failed to score 20 points in a lot of playoff games. Not a whole lot, but you get the point. I mean, Tom Brady's quarterback rating in the playoffs is 90. So you're getting more production than Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in the playoffs, and you only have 1 Super Bowl? No, Mike McCarthy had to go. But, you know, I like our future. You know, I think we're going to be back. I really do. We got some good young players on defense. You know, Kenny Clark, our D tackle, he's a monster. Jair Alexander, you know, Josh Jackson is great. You know, and like I said, we handed our GM duties over to Brian Goodness this offseason. He's done a good job. You know, we finally started getting some free agents. Ted Thompson never went out and got free agents. You know, he got Muhammad Wilkerson, who will be back next year. He got hurt. You know, he got Jimmy Graham, he got Tremont Williams, Rashad Breeland, a cornerback. You know, those are great players that we added. He also, like I said, he traded down in the draft. Still got a decent player in Jair Alexander, who's been amazing. He's going to be our top corner for years to come. And you know, we got 2 first round next year, so we're going 2 first round picks next year, so we're going to be good. Now, he didn't go after Khalil Mack with those 2 first round picks, which made me insanely ticked off. Oh my God! How do you let the Bears get Khalil Mack? Come on, guys. We had 2 first round picks. We're the only team with 2 first round picks, and we don't even get Khalil Mack. Come on, we have to be better. That would shift our division so much more. You know, our division's caught to us now, but like I said, our offensive line is not very great. You know, it's bottom 5 in the league in sacks allowed. Aaron Rodgers running for his life. Aaron Rodgers is on pace to set the record for most passes thrown away in a season. That's crazy. Aaron Rodgers, he has more touchdowns than Tom Brady this year, and he has thrown less interceptions. He's got 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tom Brady has 20 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. And everybody's saying, oh, Aaron Rodgers on the decline, man. Yeah, guess what? He's not, okay? He's playing good. Aaron Rodgers playing good. Now, he deserves some blame in this. I'm not absolving Aaron Rodgers. He definitely deserves some blame. He's the quarterback. You need to be a little bit better in some of these key situations, but it just was time, and we need more change. And I think we're going to be back next year, like I said. I think we'll add some talent in the draft. We have $41 million in cap this offseason. People want to say, oh, Aaron Rodgers' contract is bogarting you guys from getting new players. No, it's not. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers deserves every penny that he's gotten. He has the highest pass rating of all time, probably the most talented quarterback of all time. He deserves every penny. And guess what? In the NFL, your money's not always guaranteed, and your career can end in one play. So, we just retained some of our free agents. Now, we do a great job drafting players. That's why I have confidence in us, we've gotten Josh Sitton, Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley, T.J. Lang, Morgan Burnett, Randall Cobb, Casey Hayward, Mike Daniels, Dave Bakhtiari, Micah Hyde, Corey Lindsley, Devontae Adams, Jake Ryan, Kyler Fackrell, Blake Martinez, Kevin King, Aaron Jones, Joshua Jackson, and 2 great young receivers. And, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We drafted 9 Pro Bowlers over the last, I would say, 7 years that have not been around one. That's great. We can draft really well. We just have to be a little more aggressive in free agency. We need to get Josh McDaniels to take over, I hope. Maybe Lincoln Riley comes to, agreement. Aaron Rodgers just doesn't trust Mike McCarthy anymore. He just doesn't. Our offensive plays have to get better. I see too much stagnant offense. We're in a lot of these games, though. Like I said, we've lost 5 games on 5 possessions. We honestly should have only 3 losses on the year. The only game we've lost by a whole lot is the Patriots game and the Redskins game. In the Patriots game, we were in the game. It was tied in the fourth quarter. We just got dominated and out-coached. Our team's young. They're going to make mistakes. But, we're right there. Like I said, the Rams game, we had an opportunity to win. Ty Montgomery chokes it away. We lose by 2. The Detroit Lions game, 5 missed field goals, 5 kicks missed by Mason Crosby. We lose by 12. That's not good. We lose to the Cardinals at home. Inexcusable. We should have won that game. There's just been a lot, the Seahawks game. Mike McCarthy does not go for a fourth and 2. Likes to go with our defense. He trusted our defense. That was not a good idea by Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy he was outdated. He had to go. And when you have Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre as your quarterback for 13 years, you only have 1 Super Bowl appearance. At least you got the win. It's just not going to cut it. But I do think if we add offensive linemen, another speedy receiver, I think we should get Paris Campbell or Marquise Brown in the draft. If we get a couple free agents, maybe a pass rusher or 2, we're going to be right in the thick of things. Aaron Rodgers, I don't anticipate him missing the playoffs again. We need a new head coach. We need a better offensive system. We need to scheme guys open. I see Aaron Rodgers having to do too much. We needed a change, and I think we're getting the change. And I'm glad because, I see Cincinnati Bengals, 15 years of Marvin Lewis. They're found mediocrity, no playoff wins. Okay, that's fine. Our organization's saying, you know what? We're done. We're done with mediocrity. We need to get better. Aaron Rodgers is 35. He's not getting any younger. I think he's still going to play to a high level until he's about 30, 38. But, like I said, we're right there. Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. He's going to be a little bit better if we get a better offensive system around him, a couple more better receivers, and, I think we can bounce back for all these reasons. We can draft well, and that's pretty much it. Mike McCarthy did a decent job. It just was time for a change. But that's about it for this video, guys. If you're a Packers fan, shout out to you guys. We're going to be back. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's a wash season, but it's okay. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, and I'm Ghost.